Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. I'm Ombra and today I'm gonna talk about the best commander formation which are present in the PvE and which will be the best in the future of the game. After the last patch, considering all the change we got, I made a lot of tests with the collaboration of the best player of the game, so I wanna say thank you to Thanatos, Black Numenorian, Wizard Raven, Fellow of the Ring and Vaisi for all the cooperation and the report we made together. I also see on Discord a lot of people try to participate sharing report that it's very good for the community. After 1 week of tests and a lot of report, really a lot, I'm finally ready to expose myself and tell you what formation gonna be meta in the new version of the game. But I'm gonna do more in this video. I'm not only gonna expose the meta formation but also all the variation and the counter meta. The meta formation of the PvE and the one that deals on average the consistent result are the formation with Danes as only damage dealer, Gil-galad as a tank and then 2 support with Gandalf the White and Sauron. So we can say that considering all the combination we test, this one is the most consistent, the one that always draw in a positive way. Of course we test this formation with the best gear possible, the best respect possible, and all the people involved on this fight are very strong, so all the results are pretty accurate and repeated a lot of time. In terms of troop, you want a Swan Knight on Gil-galad for abuse of the combination Swan Knight protection, Gil-galad evasion and also White Council of Gandalf the White for be almost immune in the first 3-4 round, and you want the Bone Knight for use the evasion of Gil-galad in the other 3. Also during the PvE the countering system is stronger, you have 20% bonus damage if you fight versus a unit that you counter, so it's not anymore possible run a small unit if the enemy run the cavalry unit, cause you're gonna get shredded. That plus the nerf of the Guardian in terms of HP make the cavalry unit the best. Talking always about the meta formation, not another formation, there's 2 options that you can use instead of Dane. You can think to run Skal-Helm as damage dealer, you're gonna have less damage on average than Dane, but you can trade very good cause Skal-Helm ignore the evasion of Gil and the White Council if it's fast enough, or after the update you have also the possibility to run Saruman as the main damage dealer of this formation. It's also elemental, so gonna ignore the defense of the troop, and with the new skill gonna shred the White Council even versus the protection of the Swan Knight. Of course Saruman, Skal-Helm are fantastic in damage dealing, but Dane is still superior, so this one is the best meta formation. Then we have tested multiple times the old meta formation on this PvE. Of course it's still very strong with Dane and Bjorn as main damage dealer, with Gandalf the White as main support and with Sauron as a tank. You can run that with Swan Knight and 3 Bone Knight for accord to the meta. You're gonna have decent result overall but less stable. The other formation is full of CC, have a lot of consistency cause Dane gonna deal always damage. This formation have Bjorn instead of Gil-galad, so have less protection overall in the first 3 rounds. Have more damage for sure, but is a damage that it's hard to apply, because if you're not fast enough to remove the White Council, the damage of Bjorn around 4 gonna be wasted, and if you receive more damage in early game and you don't do damage around 4 because the White Council is still up, you're gonna have a problem because you're gonna lose the trade. Also Bjorn have the possibility to madness and ruin completely the game. Like for the meta formation we try alternative and we found that Saruman, the new Saruman, can handle the role of Dane, not at the same level in terms of damage but better in terms of cleaning the White Council. That's gonna help a lot Bjorn. So with this formation you're gonna have less damage from your Saruman than what you can get from your Dane, but your Bjorn gonna benefit a lot from them. Now we're gonna talk about a pure evil formation that win versus the meta formation, so for this reason we call that the counter meta formation. It's pretty strong versus everyone in the PvE, there's not one formation that defeat them in terms of resource spend and also time spend. This formation is completely opposite side than the meta formation. Here we have 3 damage dealer and only 1 support tank, and also the troop are not the top tier in terms of quality but just the best in terms of resource versus performance. Here we have as physical damage dealer the Shadow, as elemental damage dealer Saruman and also Sestaro, and for last as a tank and also support Sauron. For the troop on Sauron we have the Mountain Troll because we need a tank unit that taunt the other troop. For the troop we have the Mountain Troll on Sauron that need to be the tank. Then we have the Field Beast on Cestaro that need to be very fast, and then we have the Cave Troll that compared to the Cavs T3 are cheaper and need less time to be recruited. So this formation is cheaper than the meta formation and have better result than them. All the commander build of course are particular and are studied for big counter of the meta formation. I'm gonna talk about that in a future video cause it's really tricky how I set that, but I can guarantee you if you run this formation versus the meta formation you're gonna trade positive, always. You're gonna also win. As alternative of the meta counter formation we also think about Scalelm instead of Cestaro, but we don't get the same result cause Scalelm it's better in terms of damage but don't clean the white council like Cestaro. So it's a good team also with Scalelm but is not like the one with Cestaro. As last talking about a pure RP good faction, the formation it's easy. We want Gil-galad as a tank, we want Gandalf the White as a support, and we want Dane and Bjorn. We can also get good result on RP with this formation. We have a lot of great result, not like the meta formation but very good result. Just as reference for make you a spoiler, I wanna show you the result of the meta formation versus the counter meta formation. In this report it's clear that the meta formation lose versus the counter meta. In the report this looks like a good win but not a monster win, but if you look at the resource trade are insane here. We have minus 50% resource lost from the counter meta formation, 1.6 million resource lost from the meta formation and only 800k lost from the counter meta. And in terms of time we have 10 hours and 32 minutes versus 16 hours and 4 minutes. So this is a stomp in the reality in terms of resource and in trade. Of course here we have the counter buff because we use big unit versus medium unit, but that is supposed to be a counter meta formation and that is normal. Then you can say okay, I can run the small unit and counter this formation. Yes, but all the other formation gonna counter you then and you're gonna lose versus 90% of the player. Not everyone have supposed to run the counter meta formation. The majority of the player gonna run the meta formation, and the one that gonna have the counter meta formation gonna counter them. Then of course we're gonna have someone that gonna run the small unit and gonna make a counter meta build, but then that gonna be destroyed from the meta build because that is the meta build, guys. Is very strong. And if you think about that, it's a lot better than the previous system where you have just one meta build and no one can defeat that. Now there's option, you can fight versus them and you can have decent raid. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, just smash like on that and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Let me know in the comment what you think about the build, the PvE and the change in general. Like always, I wanna remember you have an affiliated link with the game that allow you to buy gems from the official site of the game, and if you choose to use my link, the devs gonna recognize me a little commission of what you spend and you're gonna support directly my channel. I'm gonna leave you the link on the description of the video and also in the first comment. Again, thank you for following me and see you in the next. Woo!